Alright, this is for you, Joel. He wanted a recap of Scott's League 2, which is all about the ring. So I figured I'd go get mine just to show it off. It's just a replica, nothing major. Don't worry, folks. I'm not moonlighting as a Super Bowl player. That would be awesome. Alright, let's get to it. Biggest margin of victory. It looks like the same thing in the other one, because most of these guys are in the same league. Short of Scott and K-Towns? Cat Owns? Cat Owns? I don't know. I met him once. Seemed like a nice guy at the draft, but that's it. He told me his name, but I forgot. It's been such long ago and I've never used it. So I can't even check to see. Sorry. You got the draft for 5, which is Willie, versus this for my homies, which is again Scott. Scott took the biggest L, it looks like, again. That's rough, bro. The projection was 166.8 to 163.94. But it turned out to be 198.75 versus 120.1. A plus for draft for 5, D plus for this for my homies. The draft for 5, brush off predictions, defeat this for my homies in 198 to 120.1 route. The draft for 5 stepped up and beat their projected point total, cruising to a 198.75, 120 victory over this for my homies who fell short of projections. The draft for 5 pulled out to a 24-point lead on Thursday behind CD Lamb and never let it go. Patrick Mahomes, 42.65, and Justin Jefferson, 12.65, did their part for this for my homies in the loss. The draft for 5 would like to get another win against the Windy City, while this for my homies will face Hodor in an effort to get some positive momentum. Draft for 5 top 4, Stafford, Corey Davis, DeAndre Hopkins, TJ Hawkinson. Mahomes top 4, Mahomes, Jefferson, Matt Gay, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was pretty disappointing. Matchup highlights: Lamb at 22-yard touchdown for the drive for 5. Davis had a 22-yard touchdown. 75-yard touchdown. Who trailed 160.2 to 103 after the late games. Both teams had players with highlight reels on the Sunday night, but it was the drive for 5 who claimed the lead. Matthew Stafford had a 6-7-yard touchdown pass. Matt Gay made the highlight reel. Matchup player of the week, TJ Hawkinson. Hawkinson caught 8 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown as the Lions lost to the Niners. In doing so, he put up 25.7 points and nearly doubled his scoring projection. The highest percent increase of any player on the drive for 5 this week. Hawkinson goes up against the Packers next week. Game notes: more than half of the starters, 7 of 11 on the draft for 5, exceeded their projected points. This for my homies had only 2 of their 11 starters score higher than their projected points. Ouch. The draft 5 recorded more points than their projected total, while this for my homies failed to reach their projection. This showdown features the highest and lowest scoring teams of the week. The matchup 78.65 point margin was the largest in the league this week. Not only did the draft for 5 get the win, but they also covered the 2.86 margin of victory. A bright spot, Mahomes recorded 42.65 points, the second highest score in the league this week. Another ad for both of them. Alright. And there you have that one. And of course, yeah, he's won his, 4 years in a row going for 5, it looks like. Yep, the draft for 5, that makes sense. I just can't. I've come in twice. I think the last 2 years in a row. My shit falls apart in the playoffs. I get to the championship against him, and projections go out the window. My people play like shit. People get hurt. It's just it's difficult, and nobody else does anything. Nobody can beat him in the playoffs. Nobody even comes close. It's ridiculous. The next closest one would be Hodor, which is Matt against Father Figure, which I believe is Katowns. Hodor got a B, Father Figure got a C. Father Figure lose to Hodor, 158.35 to 121.55. There's no either way to put it. Father Figure underperformed, at least compared to projections. Projections were 169 to 164.45. So yeah. Hodor came out on top with the victory. Never trailed after taking a 31.55 point lead on Thursday behind Dak. Debo and Joe Mixon were the top performers for Father Figure in the loss. Hodor will look to notch a win against Just For My Homies, while Father Figure tries to get back on track against Cooper Troopers. Hodor, top 4. Dak, Keenan Allen, Jonathan Taylor, DK Metcalf. Father Figure, top 4. Debo Samuel, Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Stephon Diggs. Matchup highlights. Prescott had a 22-yard pass, 20-yard touchdown. They went up 37.45 to 5.9 early. Early Sunday. Oh, wow. Sunday night, Montgomery had a 41-yard run. Matchup player of the week was Bobby Gold. He scored 14 points against the Lions in week 1. His scoring output was 51.8% more than his 9.2 points projection. Gould ranks Robbie Gould, Gould, whatever. Ranks number 7 among fantasy kickers this season and will face the Eagles next week. Notes. Hodor, 6 of their 11 players score higher than projected. Father Figure only had 3 of their starters score higher. Each team was below its projected points. The matchup's 36.8 point margin was the second largest in the league. Not only did Hodor win, but they also easily covered the 4.55 point projected margin. Despite the loss, Debo Samuel registered 31.9 points, third highest score for a wideout this week. Coach Chalk, Hodor. Props to you, Hodor. Good work fielding a lineup that netted more than 158 points in week 1. We should maintain this momentum as we move on to what should be a winnable matchup in week 2. Coach Talk for Father Figure. Your starting QB tossed 2 interceptions and literally 0 touchdowns. Maybe we need to go back and review the game tape. Were the Saints truly that strong defending the pass, or was Aaron Rodgers just that out of sync with their receivers? What do you think, Father Figure? Do we continue to start him with confidence? So who would that be? If he's not start Rodgers, he got him 2.65 points. He has nobody on the bench at the moment. Fitzpatrick is out. And yeah, he's got no other quarterback. So, quick break, we'll come back and let's see who will note that one. Where free agent QBs. Alright, this is 2. The next one would be 11 points, 14 points. This one. This is me. And I lost. Again, if you watched the other video, you saw that this week and it was shit for me minus the Guillotine League. Shit. Weekly grade. A Rug's Life, which is Stephanie, got a B+. Cooper Troopers, which is me, got a B. Oh no, they called it a route. It was 24 points and some change. It's terrible. Cooper Trooper lose to A Rug's Life in 163.65 to 139.15 route. There's no sugarcoating it. Cooper Troopers didn't do their job. At least according to projections. It was projections. Oh yeah, I was projected to win this game. Some bullshit. 164.25 to 165.46. So I definitely have the two closest games in both leagues this week, it seems. And I also got, I'm not even ahead by a whole point in the Guillotine League, but that doesn't matter. That just needs to not have the lowest score at the end of week 17. That's a fun league. Like I said, if you're not in one of those, you should start one next year. I don't know if you can start it now, probably, but super fun. 18 people draft, 1 week, everybody goes. That's how the Guillotine works, Joe. Like I said, 18 people drafted, same snake format. Every week, the lowest person, they get kicked out of the league, and their players then get put into the free agency pool. Now, with the free agency pool, you have 150 points to blind bid on these people. So, like, say, for example, somebody's coming up, like, I know Ryan Tannehill's getting ready to be on the block, as far as that goes. If I wanted Tannehill, I could bid anywhere from 1 to 150 points. Now, mind you, those supposed to last me all season, so there's no way in hell I'm going to bid anything crazy for Tannehill if I wanted him. But if I wanted to guarantee that I get him, I'm pretty sure a $25, $30 bid might get him. Some of those other people in the first round that come up may be more money. I've seen people spend 50, 60 bucks on one particular person. So, like I said, that's all. You get 150 points and you blind bid. If you both tie for the bid, then there's a running order that once you get the tiebreaker, you go to the bottom of that list. And as you don't get a tiebreaker, you then are next in line, just like the waiver claim. But again, this is just bids. It's not first come, first serve, unless they're a free agent. Like if you go to the free agent and pick somebody up, that's not a problem. But if you want to pay for somebody that's on waivers, if a couple people want to go for it, if you try to get them for free and somebody bids $1, then they're going to get them. And that's it. Like I said, every week, lowest score, gone. People go in the pool, and it continues to roll and chop and chop and chop. Alright, let's go back to this. Fucking route. Whatever. Cooper Troopers leapt out to a 38.3-point lead on Thursday behind a combined 50 points from Cooper and Fournette. Fournette was the biggest disappointment in that one, of course. But it was all A Rug's Life after that. They were led by Kyler Murray, passed for 289, ran for 20, and scored 5 touchdowns for 44.45 points. And Travis Kelce, who caught 6 for 76 and 2 touchdowns. A Rug's Life will look to keep it rolling against Dale Sr., while Cooper Trooper match up against Father Figure in an effort to right the ship. Top player comparison. Top 4 for Rug's Life. Murray, Kelce, Sanders, Deontay Johnson. Top 4 for Cooper Troopers. Amari, Lamar, Alvin, Damian Harris. Big fumble. But yeah, this weekend was terrible, bro. Matchup highlights: Cooper, 21 touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 26-yard touchdown pass. Lamar Jackson, 49-yard pass. Matchup player of the week, no wonder, Kyler Murray. Murray scored 43.2% more than his 31.04-point projection. Murray ranks 52nd among all fantasy players this season and will face the Vikings next week. Just 4 out of the 11 starting players on A Rug Life exceeded their scoring projections. That's insane. Only 4 people passed their projections, and I still couldn't win. It's not a good sign. Cooper Troopers only had 2 of their 11 starters. Cooper Trooper can partially blame the loss on Brandon Ayuk, who didn't score any points at all. Didn't even catch a ball. Each team failed to reach its projected point total. The matchup's 24.5-point margin was the 3rd largest. On the losing side, Amari Cooper posted the best overall score for a wide receiver. Well, fuck me running, right? Coach Talk, A Rug's Life. Only 3 makes on 5 field goal tries. Seems like Greg Zuerlein might be kicking himself to the waiver wire after that sort of effort. Cooper Troopers. Unfortunately, Cooper Troopers, this week's problem was fairly easy to diagnose. Starting Brandon Ayuk in a fantasy matchup where your opponent puts up 163.65 points, let's just assume something like that won't happen again and move on. So, up next on the recap, we got Dale Sr. Lose to the Najee Waddle. Dale Sr.'s Peacock, Justin Peacock, that is. And the Najee Waddle is Joel, I believe. Yeah. I think he was Herbert the pervert. Dale Sr. come up short. That's a weird wording. Dale Sr. come up short of projections. Lose to the Najee Waddle. 169.45 to 155.70. The projections were the Najee Waddle was 154.8 and Dale Sr. was projected to win with 173.4. Dale Sr. were able to bring their, I think it's what his way his name is. Dale Sr. were unable to bring their A game as the Najee Waddle came out on top with a 169.4 to 155.7 victory. Dale Sr. took a 15.4 point lead on Thursday, but the Najee Waddle held the lead the rest of the way. Led by Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, $197 and a touchdown, and Cooper Kupp, 7 catches, 108 yards and a touchdown. Russell Wilson, 254, 4 touchdowns, and Darren Waller, 10 for a $105 and a touchdown, carried the flag for Dale Sr. in the loss. The Najee Waddle will look to build on their success against like Dylan Kennedy from a Brady, while Dale Sr. match up against a Ruggs Life in an effort to get some positive momentum. Top 4 for Najee, Tyreek, Kupp, Marquise Brown, Justin Herbert. Top 4 for Dale Sr., Wilson, Darren Waller, Dalvin Cook, Tyson Williams. Matchup highlights. Both teams have played with big-time early moments Sunday, but it was Dale Sr. who emerged with the lead. For Najee Waddle, Robbie Anderson had a 57-yard touchdown catch. For Dale Sr., while Brandon Cooks had a 52-yard touchdown and a 40-yard catch. Tyreek Hill, 75-yard touchdown. Matchup player of the week, Steelers defense. There you go, Joel. I don't know if you have them or not. Yeah. The Steelers defense more than tripled their 4.23 projection with 14 points. They allowed 16 points, surrendered 371 yards, and forced a fumble in the win. Steelers defense ranks number 3 among fantasy DEFs this season and will face the Raiders next week. Game notes. 6-11 starters on the Najee Waddle exceeded projections. Dale Sr. had 4 of 11 exceeded projections. Najee Waddle recorded more points than their projected total, while Dale Jr. fell shy. The 13.7 point margin was the second closest. Russell Wilson recorded the 5th highest score in the loss. One more left. Alright. This is a matchup against Scott and Dave. Another close projection. The projection said the Windy City 172.5, like Thielen Candy from a Brady 173.71. So this had Dave winning by not even a point. No, 1.2 points, excuse me. The pipe top scorer, Brady, like Thielen Candy from a Brady, fall to the Windy City, 171.2 to 160.25. Like Thielen Candy from Brady had the premier scorer in the matchup with quarterback Tom Brady racking up 38.95 points, the third best total in the league this week. But it wasn't enough to overcome the Windy City, who secured a 171 to 160 win. Like Thielen Candy from Brady grabbed a 23.45 point lead on Thursday, but the Windy City held the lead the rest of the way. They were led by Christian McCaffrey, 27 points, and Tyler Lockett, 26 points. Tom Brady had 379, 4 touchdowns, and Thielen had 9 catches, 92 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The Windy City will look to maintain their momentum against the drive for 5. Like Thielen Candy from Brady will meet the Najee Waddle in an effort to generate some positive momentum. Top 4 for the Windy City: McCaffrey, Lockett, Godwin, and Allen. Top 4 for Thielen Candy from Brady: Brady, Thielen, A.J. Brown, DJ Moore. Brady had a 47-yard touchdown pass, helping them get out to a 47.9 to 24.5 lead. Players with highlights reels on both times. Early Sunday, the Windy City, who claimed the lead, 139.5 to 133.25. Tyler Lockett had a 69-yard touchdown catch and a 23-yard touchdown catch. Adam Thielen made the highlight reel for like Thielen Candy from Brady with a 24-yard touchdown catch. Matchup player of the week, lock it in. Windy City won even though only 5 of their 11 players exceeded projections. Candy from Brady had only 3. Candy from Brady can partially blame the loss on Chicago's defense, who didn't score any points. Just funny because Scott's a big Chicago fan. That's a huge double win for him, right? That's what minus they lost, but Fields is going to be in sooner than you think. The 2 highest scores for like Thielen Candy from Brady and Thielen scored more points than Christian McCaffrey, the leading scorer for the Windy City. Both teams scored less than projected. The matchup's 10.95 point margin was the tightest in the league this week. In a losing effort, Tom Brady recorded the 3rd highest score in the league this week. And I think that's it. So yeah, there's the other league and a little bit of an explanation about that. And if I look at that, let's see real quick. Ooh, Cousins, Roethlisberger, or Winston. So at least he's got some choices in quarterback.